Okay, today we'll be talking about finding profitable properties. We'll do a deep dive into how you can find them quickly, spend the least amount of cash, and stick around to the end to find out how Happy Herbie can rip you off if you're not careful. The first thing we'll do is examine by price our properties. Today we'll use $150,000 and under properties. We'll do a quick rent to value calculation. We'll talk about some mistakes you can make in the process and how to avoid them. We're going to be looking for 3-bed, 2-bath or bigger, and we want square footage of 1,000 square feet or more. We're going to go into our settings on Zillow and switch it to 3-bed plus 0 baths. We're going to add school ratings, and we're going to cap our property values at $150,000 and switch our home types to all. We'll go through each of these individual steps on our next slide. Okay, here we are on Zillow, able to see properties and schools and everything fun for sale in Alabama today. So we come up here. We go to for sale, make sure that's selected. All of these should be selected. It's up to you if you want to remove foreclosed or pre-foreclosures. Some people want to look for those, some people don't. Typically, you can't get 30-year fixed rate financing on a foreclosure or a pre-foreclosure, so I tend to skip them. Okay, up here, we're going to select minimum of 0. $150,000 for our maximum property value. It's easier to just type it in there than to select their pre-selection. We'll come over here and you can see we have 3 beds and any bath type selected. Our home types, we want it all selected. Sometimes you might uncheck lots or land, but for the purposes of this video, we'll leave that checked. It's up to you what you do with that. Come over here to more, HOA, any. Just give you a quick screenshot here of what all this looks like. Okay, great. Now, the main thing we want to look at on this side of the screen is our school selection. Select the drop-down. We're going to go public, elementary, middle, high, and a schools rating of 7+ for the purposes of this video. What this is going to let us do is find properties in good neighborhoods that have good school systems, which will typically, if you refer to previous videos, allow you to have a family in place for multiple years because guess what? Their kid starts out in 1st grade ideally and moves all the way up through over the next 10, 12 years through high school and graduates. So it's possible you could have your tenant for that long, the entire time the child is in the school district. Okay, so we got rid of the school listing, and we're just going to see an area here. All of these little hats are going to be your schools that are rated at 7+. There's quite a few down in the south of Alabama and quite a few up in the north. So I'll tell you what, we've looked at Montgomery and Mobile in previous videos. Let's zoom in up here towards the top, the northern portion of Alabama, and see if any houses pop up around school systems like that. Okay, I recognize the name Huntsville, so we'll go ahead and look there. And you'll notice that with good schools, there's typically less houses listed for sale in our price criteria up here that we set earlier. So around this area, for instance, there's a ton of good schools. I would assume this is a more well-off part of the Huntsville area. So we'll go ahead and zoom in here and see what our search has pulled up. You can see these schools, 10, that's a really good, 9, 9, 9. All of these are ratings out of 10. You can see every school in here is just excellent. Oh my goodness, that is hard to find. You can also tell there's not really any properties for sale. We'll see. We'll check this property out here. It's a pre-foreclosure, which is one reason we typically uncheck those, because we're really not going to be able to buy this, and there probably won't be any pictures to show you. Let's check out this property. We have $89,000 for 4-bed, 0-bath, but this, I'm guessing, is just land. So there really isn't anything available in here. We've been able to discount this entire area for our search purposes in less than 2 minutes. If we zoom out and come over here, we have some other good schools near Huntsville. 7, 7, 8. Oh yeah, these are nice. These are really good. I've never looked here before, so we were doing this off the cuff. This right here, 25,000. Bet it's land. You can tell by the dashes there that's it's land, and it says lot right on a little thumbnail. We'll check these out here. Those are both land. Here we go. $140,000, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. Let's see if that matches up with this school system. We'll go ahead and click into this house. Look at that. It has a pool. I can tell that already. I'm just going to throw things I know out there to you. I'm not really a big fan of pools because it's nothing but maintenance and doesn't really increase your rent that much. We'll scroll down. Zillow will list the schools. We have a 6 and we have a 6 for the schools. So if that's okay with you, you may want to do a little more research into that school system. But this property does look very nice. It just has this dang pool, which makes it not perfect. Okay, we'll zoom out again. We'll come up here. You kind of get the idea of what we're doing. These here, somewhat outside of Huntsville, and I don't know anything about this area, other than it looks like a little small town. I don't know, it could be an hour, half hour outside of Huntsville there. Not sure how far that is exactly, but then we look at the properties around here. Pre-foreclosure, here we go. Let's check out this 4-bed, 2-bath. All right, looks like one of those manufactured homes. Oh, that looks very nice on the inside. Very, very nice. Okay, let's come down here to the schools. Ooh, look at that school system. Ooh, 7, 8, and 8. That is good. Good news. Okay, so now we've taken a look at a house here that we could possibly buy. Let's find out about the rent. We'll switch this to for rent. And it pre-populates us with $517. We're going to switch that to $3,000 as we usually do. Bing. Okay, great. So we have a house for $1.6K. 3-bed, 1-bath. 1,500 square feet. That does look very, very, very nice. Wow. Some very good interiors here today. Wow. Look at this one. Okay, $1,000 a month, 3-bed, 1-bath. Now remember that other one was a little bigger than that. 3-bed, 1-bath, $1,000 a month, 1,084 square feet, mediocre pictures, decent flooring. That's good. Okay, let's switch it back to for sale. We can see we go 1.1K, 1.6K, 1.4K. Our house was somewhere in here. So we'll switch it back over to for sale, find our house. Easy enough, right? It switched our settings. So like I said, it's easier just to type in 150,000 and be done with it. And it was right here, this house. 4-bed, 2-bath. Look at that. Okay. So we found this house. We can go in and we can see if we buy this for $142,000, we would want to rent that for $1,500 per month to get better than a 1% rent to value ratio, which may very well be possible considering it's 1,667 square feet, and the other one we looked at was smaller than that or around the same size for $1,600 per month. Now we have a really nice interior here. It compares, I would say, to the other nice home we saw that was 1.6K per month. I personally really like these barn door styles here. We can read a little bit about the home itself. 2 bath, it says 2 baths right here. So a lot of times this 2 bath will mean 1 1/2 bath. So the fact that they say 2 baths in the listing is really good. Hopefully they have a bathtub, which we can see right here, just from the picture. They have a bathtub, which is good. Not sure about the other bathroom though from the pictures. Right here may be the other bathroom. That looks like the other bathroom. There might be a shower in there, or it could possibly be a half bath. Half bath isn't a deal breaker as long as the house has a bathtub. It has to have a bathtub. If it doesn't have it and you buy it and you don't see that, you're going to be putting one in. Otherwise, if you have a family that wants to rent the home and they have young toddlers, well, how are they going to bathe the toddlers? Are they going to use the sink? Are they going to use the kitchen sink? Are they going to use this bathroom sink? Nope, they want a bathtub, so you better have one. Okay, we'll scroll down a little bit here. We see that the price is $142. Back in 2012, at the very bottom, they bought this for $30,000, so they're making $100,000 profit. Good for them, but they obviously remodeled, put in a lot of stuff. I guarantee you this flooring was not there in 2012. So they've done a lot of work on the property, which is nice. And we're going to scroll down. Okay, good. Okay, so that's one way to find a property quickly and in a good school system. I don't know this particular area. I just know that it is close to Huntsville. It's probably a half-hour drive down to there. Could be 45 minutes. But there's houses renting in this area, and I'm sure there's houses renting in this area. You'll probably get some spillover from the Huntsville, Alabama area. Okay, we'll come back to Zillow here. And one thing we want to cover is mistakes that you could possibly make. So we have this school system here. This looks very nice over here. Mostly elementary schools. Let's click on this $108,000 house right here. If you can rent this for $1,100 a month, you're doing really well. So mistakes you can make. Let's find out down here. Look at that school system. Wow, 8s and 9s. That's really good. So this is probably something we would look at, and let's look for some mistakes. Just looking at this picture here, it looks like there needs to be some work done right here on this concrete. You need to pay attention to that. This roof looks like it's pretty beat up, older possibly. It's stained, and you want to pay attention to that. We're going to scroll down. This appears to be remodeled. Looks like granite for countertops or some sort of hard surface as opposed to a laminate countertop. That's good. Look at all of these trees. Wow. So one big thing, if you have these trees here and you go ahead and buy that house, next year you're going to be paying for new gutters because guess what? Your tenant is not climbing up on a ladder to clean those out, or you're paying somebody to do that. So pay attention to that. Plan on getting a landscaper in here or a tree trimmer and trimming all of those back so they're away from the house. Okay, newer fan, that's great. What else could we make a mistake on this property? This carpet here may need to be replaced. You'd want to get that checked out. In this bathroom, you see they have it looks to be a shower. So we want to be sure it has a bathtub. And this picture right below it shows that it does have a bathtub, which is great. Just double check that. You can see this tree right here. My recommendation with a tree this close to the house, it looks like it's maybe 5 feet away from the house. Just looking at this picture, who knows? It could be closer, could be further away. But when you have a tall tree like this, you're going to have roots growing into all of this stuff over here. So you'll want to, if you want a low cost, low maintenance rental property, you'll want to go ahead and cut that tree down and pull the stump out, fill it in with some dirt, and make sure those roots don't grow under your house anymore. So those are all things that new investors may or may not know. And then you can also find some other keys around this house. If you went and put an offer on this house and it said they had central air, Well, guess what? You have an offer and earnest money in, but then the house may not have central air. Just looking at these pictures, and you may have noticed it, I can see it right here. There's a central air unit. That's what that looks like to me. But I think that's a back view with the unit because we saw a better one right here. Central air right there. So you know this property has central air. I recommend having central air in your investment properties as long as the furnace is on the main level or in the basement. If the furnace is in the attic, it could be a problem, and you're probably going to want to go with one of those split units or a window unit because air conditioning condenses, and if you put air conditioning in the attic, put the condenser up there, and that drain pipe clogs that it's draining out of, you're going to end up with ceiling damage and a bunch of moldy insulation in your attic. So those are all some mistakes that you can look out for and not make now that I've discussed them with you. And we'll switch over to the next slide. Okay, this slide focuses on pictures and what we're looking for. And you'll probably want to make a list. You can open up an Excel spreadsheet and just make a list of all this stuff. Eventually, when you get used to looking at properties, it's just automatic. Once you look at 100 properties, you're automatically going to see the flooring. You're going to see the appliances. You're going to see the paint. You're going to see all the fixtures. But what you're looking for is newer flooring, hopefully. We're looking for appliances to see what the house comes with. We're looking for paint inside and outside to see if there's any issues or if the house needs to be repainted. Fixtures, we're talking mainly in the kitchen and the bathroom. If your home's being sold to you without kitchen appliances, that's going to go ahead and cost you about $4,000 to get the most rent you can out of there or to have it rented quickly. I see so many rentals go up without kitchen appliances, like they expect a tenant that's paying $1,000 a month for a house to have a stove, a range, a microwave, a refrigerator, a dishwasher. There's holes in where the dishwasher goes in cabinets on some of these rentals that we look at, and I'm sure we'll see some in the future on this channel. Also, the bathroom. If you pay attention to the bathroom pictures, you'll see things like bathtubs, you'll see things like hard tile, you'll see laminate, you'll see different surrounds in your bathtubs and showers. Ideally, you want to see a clean surround, something that is fiberglass, easily maintained, or a tile surround. I personally prefer fiberglass or your normal plastic type surround in there because it can be replaced cheaply and it can be caulked and mold can be cleaned up if a tenant really gets it dirty. In that last picture we looked at of the house, we kind of took a look at some of the HVAC that was visible. You had a central air conditioning unit outside. The other thing you want to try to look for on interior pictures is to see if there's a picture of the furnace. Oftentimes when a seller is selling a house, they'll picture the furnace and you can, in general, judge the age of it and figure out from there if you're going to be replacing a furnace in the next couple of years or not for $5,000 or $6,000. So on the exterior, you want to pay attention to the siding, whatever that is, whether it's wood, vinyl, metal, asbestos, depending on the age of the property. Be careful with that. Eventually, we'll show you an example of an asbestos-sided house. It's not really too big of a problem as long as you keep it maintained, but it's a very obvious type of siding, and you can recognize it from pictures of homes just for sale. Also, pay attention to the roof like we did in the last property. And pay attention to the driveway. It's better to have a dirt driveway or a gravel driveway in a rental property when you're purchasing it, in my opinion, than it is to have a concrete or asphalt driveway that's all busted up and barely usable because it's in such poor condition. The reason being that a concrete or asphalt driveway is going to cost you $5,000 to $20,000 to replace, depending on asphalt or concrete or how wide and long it is. To where a dirt driveway or a gravel driveway, a tenant typically doesn't care as long as they can drive somewhere and park their car and hopefully in a garage. So we also want to pay attention to the electrical. In pictures of houses, you can see the electrical and zoom in on it in the pictures. And what you want to look out for is a 3-prong grounded outlet or a GFCI outlet. If you see 2-prong outlets on some of these older houses, you can pretty much bet you're going to be paying for some electrical work if you were to purchase that house and not negotiate in on any repair requests to have the seller upgrade the electrical. Also look at lighting. Some houses have older ceiling fans. Some houses don't have much ceiling light at all. Everything is just plug it into the wall and light the room. And you're going to spend quite a bit of money if you start putting in lighting in the ceilings that doesn't have wiring already ran. That being said, upgrading a lighting fixture that's already in the ceiling, typically, as long as you have a good relationship with your contractor, they can put in a very nice LED light that'll last 10 or 15 years without any bulb changes for probably less than $30 or $40 if they're in there working on the house anyway. Pay attention to the exterior power meter. The exterior power meter is a good indicator of how the electrical is. If you can Google different exterior power meters, 100 amp, 200 amp, 60 amp. And if you purchase a house that has a 60 amp power meter, you better believe you're going to be spending about $5,000 to upgrade that electrical unless you do it yourself. Pay attention to the interior electrical panel as well. The interior panel gives you a good indication of the exterior meter as well. If it's a 200 amp panel, which is going to be a lot bigger than your normal smaller panels, especially if the house has central air or a lot of electrical appliances, it should have a 150 amp or 200 amp panel. If it has that already, you're in good shape for electrical in most cases, and you should be fine. But your inspector, when you have your house inspection done, will also be able to go through with you and let you know how things look with the electrical. Okay, to finish this up for the day, we're going to see how we have to beware of Happy Herbie. He always is trying to take our money. This time he's taking it by trying to sell us a property instead of renting it. Happy Herbie wants your money and he's out there looking for you. Happy Herbie likes to do bad remodels, have electrical problems in his houses, have hidden defects, have bad HVAC, and list them overpriced. We'll switch over and check out some examples of what Happy Herbie's trying to rip us off on. Okay, we're over here on Zillow. We have a bunch of these properties up. We changed this a little bit. Don't worry about this up here. We found one Happy Herbie's trying to sell us pretty quickly here. We're going to go ahead and pull this property up. Okay, looks like we have a driveway where you drive right into your living room. That was probably a garage door at one time, but they switched it out for more room in the house and decided not to put an extra garage on because they're lazy or didn't have the money or whatever. Cracks in the driveway right here doesn't necessarily need to be replaced, but just pay attention to that. So we can already see from the outside of the house here, there's some problems. There's a discoloration. It's really weird. They want $200,000 for this 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,000 square foot plus house. When we go through these pictures, let's check it out. Okay, here we have missing covers. We have, okay, fixture, not the best. And look in this hallway. Wow, nice patch job there. You're going to be fixing all of that. You're going to be fixing that. This door looks like it's a custom wood door fit in there with these old hinges. New windows, that's good. They're doing a remodel on this house. Probably got stuck halfway through it or something because this is not done. Dirty door, it's only been repainted, probably never replaced. Next picture, please. Okay, we have a nice danger sign on the door. That's a good sign. We're keeping everybody safe when they walk in here. Again, we don't bother to put covers on any of the outlets or fixtures here. This light, it'll work, so whatever, that's fine. Hole in the wall, that's a good feature for, ventilation. And then some crack in the ceiling here, something weird up here. Not looking good so far. Next picture. Okay. Wow, look at this bad boy. Is this the kitchen or is this where we're storing stuff? Why is there a different level here? Is it concrete by the looks of it? That's up higher than where we're at here. What's going on? Everybody's going to trip walking through there. New windows though, that's good. No kitchens. Hopefully all this comes with the house, but it's all kind of out of place. And this house was $200,000. What? Look at the ceiling. Leak in there. Looks like a leak. Oh my goodness, this old panel. Looks like a crappy paint job up there. You can tell a lot just from these pictures. These are the ones they posted. Imagine the ones that they hid. Looks like they're opening this wall up. This would be a load-bearing wall that they had to put in a big old beam into and stopped for whatever reason. Didn't bother covering that again with drywall, but they had to put the beam in to support the load most likely. This looks to be your kitchen. You have your kitchen sink would go right here. And if I was showing you through this property, I would say it's a nice spacious kitchen with an open floor plan because we put in half of a window here. Let me see, needs new ceiling, needs new lighting. Wow. And you're expected to do all of that work. Doesn't that sound great? I hope you like doing handyman stuff. Insulation in the ceiling, that's good. They have the insulation. This must be the washer and dryer area here. They have the hookup for it. Okay, that all needs to be put together. Ooh, look at that ceiling. What is this right here? Why do we have a little closet-looking door thing? Is this our secret room? I'm not really sure. It's not a bedroom, too small. Let's see. Little hole in the wall, something there. So, I don't know. Not looking good here. Okay, next picture. Again, holes in the wall. What is this? Oh my goodness. There's no way I would even bother walking through. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Hey, they're putting in a new bathtub. That's good. New plumbing. This red and blue stuff is PEX plumbing. It lasts a long time. It's actually really good stuff, so they're doing it the right way. Good for them. Okay, but I guess you're expected to finish all of this? Yeah, hopefully you're handy. Oh, there's your bathtub in this bedroom and your really old dated light fixture that needs to be replaced. Don't worry, if you have a contractor come in and fix all this up, that'll be $50. This right here will be $300 though. Okay, what's next? Okay, good. The one good room we have, and it would be perfect if they had the little cover for the light, and they don't. Oh my goodness. Okay, is that all the same room? Same room. Another bathroom. This looks to be a shower here. Okay, got to put your shower in. Yard. If you were to purchase this house or any house and you see stuff in the yard like this right here, put in your purchase contract that they need to remove all the debris. Otherwise, they're going to leave that and you're going to figure out what to do with it. Okay. Grainy picture. That's no good. Oop, there's an air conditioner. Look at that. This house probably comes with air conditioning through the wall. Not good. Wow. Okay. Tree over the house. If you were to purchase this, trim that back, get rid of it. Same thing with this one. It looks to be over the house. Otherwise, you're going to have gutters full of all the garbage that falls out of this tree, and your renter's going to be climbing up there and falling off and breaking a leg, and you're going to have some liability issues. Okay, $200,000, 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,000 square feet. Let's check out another one. Right here, we'll see what we can get for $210,000, 2,500 square feet. We're missing a bedroom and a bathroom. Okay, but that's okay. We're just comparing this to Happy Herbie's house he's trying to sell us. Well, it looks more complete. Needs some paint. Let me see. Does it come with a piano? Don't know. Kitchen's done though. That's good. Look at that. You get a completed kitchen for $210,000 right down the street from the house that has the tore out kitchen. Okay, everything's complete in this house. Wow, clean floors. You could do a little bit of work around here, turn around and rent it. A little weird thing here. I don't know about all that, but you know, some houses are designed like this. Looks like it's hardwood on part of that and carpet on the lower part. Not sure what they're doing. Fireplace, you might want to turn that into just a show place, not a fireplace, so you don't have to deal with cleaning it every year as the landlord. You just go buy one of those little electric log things, stick it in there and plug it in, and it'll look like actual fireplace burning, and you can actually get them so they spit out some heat in those little electric log things, and then your tenant won't even bother using it for a fireplace. That's a good little solution. It looks like central air there. Is that central air? Yeah, it looks like a really big, old air unit. You might be replacing that, but hey, it's got it. That other house had air conditioning too through the wall. Jacuzzi tub, nice feature. They probably used it quite a bit. You might want to replace that with a normal bathtub. Sell this one, and you can get a normal bathtub put in there, or big size bathtub to kind of match the size. And you'd have a total about 500 to 700 in switching this out with an actual bathtub. Otherwise, you're replacing and repairing a jacuzzi tub every 6 months when your tenant breaks it. A little more paint here, and then our tenant can move in. Okay, good. Yeah, so you can see the difference in value between this house, just looking around a little bit more, and the original house we looked at that Happy Herbie's trying to sell us. That's completely wrecked inside. Save yourself some money, save yourself some time, watch this video, and you will end up on top. Okay, that'll do it for finding profitable properties. Feel free to hit that little thumb down there if you liked the video, and definitely subscribe so you get all the videos when they come out. And keep Happy Herbie from ripping you off. All right, thanks everybody.